Good day to all of you. Thank you for joining me in pop-up prayers once again. If this is your first time, welcome, and I hope you come back and visit as often as you can. My name is Jaryn Nelson. I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the Centers for Spiritual Living, Sarasota. Today I'd like to begin with a quote that says, "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away," by Pablo Picasso. And so I have a little story that I want to share with you. It was from the April Science of Mind magazine, and it talks about a person that I think many of you may have heard of, and I'll just read the story. From the time she was a young girl, Amy Grant knew that her gift was to be a singer. A friend of hers owned a music studio, and Grant, just 15 years old, recorded a few songs. Soon after the recording session, the friend was making a copy of the tape for a family member. The co-owner of the studio walked into the studio and heard the tape. "Who's that?" he asked. "Amy Grant," the friend replied. The co-owner said, "I was just talking with Curb Records, and they are starting a new label of Christian music, and they're looking to sign 12 new artists." The two men played Grant's tape over the phone to a record executive, and Grant was signed on the spot. Grant later explained, "That never happens in the recording industry. I was extremely fortunate." Grant's manager tells the story of how naive Grant was as she began in the music business. He called her and said, "You've got your first gig. There's a promoter in Colorado who wants you to come play for $300. Grant said to him, "I don't think I have that much in my savings account." The manager said, "Amy, let me explain how this works. You don't pay them. They're paying you to come sing." And then it ends with, "When we're focused on giving our gift to the world, the universe responds by opening doors and providing the necessary education for our unfoldment." Now, I wanted to, even if you haven't heard of her, I wanted you to know that Amy Grant went on to win 6 Grammy Awards, 22 Gospel Music Association Dove Awards, and had the first Christian album ever to go platinum. So I think Amy stepped out there doing what she was feeling called to do, feeling led to do what she loved to do. And I think from that, you can tell she was really supported by the universe. And it is the same for us. And while we may not be singers, we may be someone who can speak. We may be that person who is gifted at giving the gift of encouragement or clarity to another. There's also the gift of being able to see the divine in all. I mean, that's a goal for all of us, but some people are just gifted at looking past another's humanity that maybe isn't so lovely and seeing the divine. And boy, we need more of that in our world. That could be a gift. And of course, there's people who are gifted at working with children, with animals, with the homeless, cooking meals, entertaining, presentation, design. I mean, there's numerous ways. Maybe you're prosperous. You're good in financial matters, and then you can share that. There are numerous ways for our gifts, for spirit, in, as, and through us, to show up in this world. And so with that, let's head into prayer. Today's prayer is a prayer for sharing our gifts. We know that we live in an infinitely infinitely abundant universe, and that we live, move, and have our being in the infinite givingness of God. This one has given itself to us in so many ways, never withholding any of its essence from us, fully loading and coating our DNA with the divine gift of what it is. Knowing this, we accept that we are the givingness of God right where we are. We accept the fact that we all have God-given gifts, talents, and abilities that only we can share in our own unique way. We now declare that we are willing to loosen these divine gifts out into the world. No longer will we hide our light under a bushel. We are letting our gifts be shown because the world needs what we have to offer. We relinquish any idea that our gifts, talents, and abilities are not worthy of sharing, for we know that that which we have received from God is worthy of sharing and needed at this time on earth. We affirm that we are fully supported by the divine in offering our unique gifts, and we know that doors will open at the best time, allowing us to share that which has been divinely bestowed. We are grateful and filled with joy to share our unique gifts in our unique way and know that all our sharing benefits all. In gratitude, we give great thanks for our God-given gifts and embrace our willingness and ability to share these gifts wherever and whenever they are needed. We are allowing our gifts to shine, and so it is. Alrighty then. I know that all of us have gifts that we can share, and it brings us joy to share them. And I want to leave us with an affirmation to carry with us during the week. It is, I am lovingly sharing my gifts with the world, and all are blessed, including us when we share our gifts. Namaste. Have a great week, and I hope to see you soon in Pop-Up Prayers. Bye for now.